Good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late. I had to get everything sorted for you. Get this. Seems to be getting a little bit darker at the moment, so got my new ring light all sorted today. So you can check out on the Instagram what the new setup looks like. So what do I see? So you see this side, I see that side. So if you check out at the Vanguard Tactics on Instagram, you can see what I see. Don't know if you're interested, but there you go. I think I've got a good little office set up now. So today hasn't been the most productive day for me. So, and before I get on to all of that, obviously I better tell everybody who I am. So my name's Stephen Box, and this is Vanguard Tactics. So this is your channel for Warhammer 40k in terms of more competitive play, but we support all aspects of the hobby, whether it's painting, it's gaming, and whether it's more, narrative, whatever you're into is all great by us, but we put a bit more of a competitive spin on things. Now, just to warn you, I have an extremely dry and sarcastic sense of humor, so please do not be offended if I say anything, and I will always put a more competitive spin on things anyway if you do ask me a question. And basically for the next 21 days, or no, not next 21 days, we're already day 10. I decided to go live every single day whilst we're going through this coronavirus together, so that I can help people feel a little bit less isolated and just bring this community together that little bit more. And it is such a fantastic community that we have in Warhammer. So yeah, just bringing everyone together. As you guys who are already listeners to the show, then you are extremely aware of that. I'm very passionate about helping people lead happier and healthier lives. So with that in mind, if you guys got a question, please let me know. Now, obviously there's been a huge debate as to what I'm going to do when I run out of fingers, which I have now. I've run out of fingers. To those that might be surprised, I do not have webbed hands, and I do not have 11 fingers. So yeah, I'm going to struggle with what I'm going to do from this point onwards. So yeah, and by the way, yeah, wouldn't it be cool to have 11 fingers or something? Just think of like all those extra or 2 thumbs on one hand. Think of all the things you could get done. Be amazing. Anyway, right, so I need some ideas, guys. What could I do to tell you that? Because basically I get a 5-second countdown as soon as I press go live. I've got 5 seconds to do a thumbnail. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't know what I'm going to do. So let me know, because otherwise, how are we going to keep track of all these days? Right, guys, so if you haven't found out already, I have just released a new video that went out live yesterday. It's called How to Keep Units in Combat, and I've been sort of teasing you guys about this one for a while, but basically it is a lesson off and from the mentorship program. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. It's one of many, and basically I teach you how to keep units from falling back from you. But then on the mentorship program, I also teach you the other side, so how to stop people doing those tricks and tactics against you. So if you're, I've had some people on there who say they don't like that mechanic. They don't like that all the time on the program anyway. So yeah, there's 2 sides to every coin, and I really like it because it really does, for example, bring in a skill level to the game. Yeah, so not just here it is, this is how it works, everything's got the same. Yeah. Somebody's commented they liked my saving throws of a 2+ save, and I rolled 3 ones, 3 out of 3. That is kind of normal, my rolling. Yeah, I joke about how bad I am at rolling, but it's not a skill of mine. Another flaw. Brian, who's in the chat, likes to keep account of how many floors I have. I think we're probably on floor 607, rolling dice. We can add that to the list along with spelling, grammar, or no, what else? Whatever else you want to add in, just carry on. It's fine. Where is the orc list you said? I haven't wrote it yet. I'm sorry. I've just been so busy. I haven't done the orc list, so I will try and do that. But I am recording a podcast today with Jack Downing, who's an orc player, Chris Webcook, another orc player, and obviously Chris is one of our Vanguard tacticians and Jack is one of our VT coaches. And then I've also got a nice little interview lined up with Rich Kilton later on in the week. So it's going to be orcs everywhere. Okay. And I might even try and reach out to a couple of other orc players that I know that are extremely good, that maybe I can pick their brains. So together I might do the rounds, speak to all the top players I know that love orcs, and then basically bring it out then. But guys, I'll be honest, I'm working a lot at the moment, so as quickly as I'm bringing out content, it couldn't really happen that much faster than I'm already doing. So anyway, let's answer your questions in the chat. Now I do have a topic for today and I don't want to forget it, but basically the topic is, this came up in our mentorship group. Okay, so I did our live today, and every week I ask my guys, the students in there, to ask me their questions, post their lists, and then I review their list every week. So I say, right, go away, do this, work on that bit, refine it here. Then they come back to me and so on and so forth. So every week we refine their list. But one of the questions was from Michael, and I'm going to read out this question. I will keep names out of it. Then here we go. Right. Where is it? The question is, in essence, I heard from certain people in the competitive community that top players are very reluctant to tell others, especially on YouTube, their real tricks or real combos. This goes far that in public battle reports, they don't play as they would do in tournaments, so that nobody can see the real combos and it remains a secret. How is your experience in the community, and what do you see in public videos? Are top players still keeping their secret plays tactics? Do we hear the full stories on podcasts like The Art of War? So now I'll be brutally honest. I'm not, I don't know if I'd class myself a top player, right? I'm okay. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talented at 40k. And I say this all the time, I'm not talented, but I have an extreme work ethic. And I do a lot of research, and that's kind of, and I'm a very good critical thinker, which is why teaching on the program really comes, quite natural to me. And by putting those techniques in place that I teach has raised my game to no end. It really, really, I can't say it enough that it's really took my game to that next level, which is why I've seen such great results. Okay, so now I'm not a top player, as I've said, but I share with you everything. Absolutely everything. Okay, so I share all my secrets. I share absolutely everything that there is to know about, for example, Blood Angels. I've shared when I did my Art of War podcast that came out last week, which guys, please check out. I told them absolutely everything. When I did the D6 Evolution interview last night, that will be coming out on YouTube, I told them absolutely everything. And, a couple of points I said, I don't know if I should tell you this. But I do tell you, because for me, I do not want you to feel like you are being caught out. Okay, that is not the way that I want people to play the game. I hate got you hammer. I really do. Because now I'll give an example, right? I'll give you this example. In the Blood Angel Codex and the Space Wolf one, 1 CP allows me to heroically intervene with any of my units, okay? Now, that's extremely powerful. Now, the difference here is I've told you that now. I've told you what I will do if you come in close. I will heroically intervene with one of my units within 6, okay? I've told you. Now, this is where the skill element comes in. The skill element of the game is your job to remember that, okay? So this you want to declare and take Overwatch from. That is your decision to make. Decision making is a skill. Remembering the rules, remembering the interactions is a skill. Okay, so I have told you and I've told the world what I intend to do, how I deploy, what my strategy is going to be, what my tactics are going to be, because that doesn't actually change the game. All right. Now, because I'm very vocal about it, I do not feel bad whatsoever if somebody's playing against me and I say, okay, cool, have you finished your charge moves? And they'll say, yeah, cool, I'm going to spend 1 CP to heroically intervene. And if they then say, oh, but then in that case, I would have just stayed outside 6 inches, if I wouldn't, if I would keep things secret, then yeah, I'd probably feel bad about that. But otherwise, what's the point in having that stratagem? Okay, it's a little bit like Auspex scan. Okay, everybody should know about Auspex scan. So if you arrive within 12 inches of a unit, then that unit of a Space Marine infantry unit can then shoot you. Okay, so that's up to you if you want to take the risk. If the Space Marine player is going to remember they have that stratagem, or do you want to arrive 12.1 inches away, but then you obviously can't charge because you're over 12 inches away and you won't be able to declare that unit. Are you going to take the risk? Maybe the Space Marine player does or doesn't want to spend those 2 CPs, whether they think it's going to be worth it or not. And this is where you can, this is where the game really comes in. Decision making is incredibly important. It's why on my mentorship program, I teach my guys literally everything I can possibly think of in regards to the game, so that they never feel like they get caught out. And they know that mistakes that are made can then be learned from and critically analyzed, so that my players and my students feel like they're in control of the game. They feel comfortable at the tabletop and they're ever growing. Okay, so you're going on this journey. Every game that you play, ultimately, like the lessons that we have daily, are built on these exact same things. So for me, you're not a top player if you're not telling people your secrets. Okay, straight off. The best people in the world, no matter what it is, they tell people their secrets. Okay, they really, really do. People like, let's take some influence out there in terms of the world. Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V. He tells you everything. He's telling you how he does it because he knows that people don't have his work ethic, and he knows that people don't have his skill level in the game of business. Okay, so he can tell you it, just like I can tell you whatever it might be, but it's up to you to take the action, to put that step forward, to make that right move, and to really go above and beyond, to work hard and become better. That's on you. Okay, so yeah, I'm never going to be one to withhold any information from you. Okay, at the end of the day, we're all playing the same game. There's nothing that I know that you couldn't find out for yourself. That information probably is out there somewhere. I mean, I've got a bookshelf over there, okay? And it's the same books you can buy. Yeah? I mean, I did work out, it does cost a lot of money to buy every single codex, every single supplement, which again is why I've read them all, and I'm putting, like my thoughts down in terms of explaining how they all work on the program, so that you don't have to necessarily buy every single one, but you've got a really good idea. So then if you wanted to, and my job is as well to help people get excited about it, so they go, oh, I actually really like the sound of that, cool, I'll delve in deep into there. Like one guy on our mentorship program, he's just, I've been talking about sisters for the last module, What's he done? Gone and bought the Sisters Codex, okay? Because, yeah, it inspires people to look a little bit deeper. It inspires people to take their knowledge to that next level. So, yeah, if you are a top player, you should be sharing your secrets, unless you want to just be one of those guys that tries to win at all costs. Okay, and that's not me. I'll put my hand up. I've made mistakes. I've played rules interactions wrong, but it's never my intention to do that. And I tell you what, when it happens and when I found out what I've done, I feel so guilty. So guilty. And obviously you can't go back in, can't turn back time. And, then I kind of think about it and I go, well, would it have really changed the game too much? Probably not. But yeah, like there's those situations that have definitely come up. I found out loads by, like teaching Blood Angels that, yeah, I've played a couple of the rules interactions wrong in a couple of the tournaments. Now, yeah, I felt awful about that, but again, like I share that stuff. I'm open and honest about it because I want to improve as a player. I want to improve as a teacher of Warhammer or whatever I don't know if I have a title really, but whatever I do this thing here. I want to get better at it. So yeah, that's why if you ask me a question, and if you ever listen to any of my interviews, I'm always going to give you the best knowledge that I possibly have. And then obviously on that mentorship program, I take it one step further. I'm not going to give out everything for free because I can't physically do that. I can't make every single video that there is to be made for free. And then obviously on my paid service, because otherwise I wouldn't have a business. I wouldn't even be able to make videos. I wouldn't even be able to afford this microphone, this light system, this camera, the whole infrastructure, right? So the ecosystem, should I say. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there and I'm going to actually answer some of your questions. So apologies for my little rant there, but hopefully you've got a bit more of a better insight now. Okay, I'm going to work at the top and work down. James has said, do you think the Possessed Bomb and Noise Marine's bomb can work together in a competitive list? So I do think it can work. I really like Noise Marines. And I'd like Noise Marines because they can be troops and Emperor's Children detachment, and I definitely like that. And I think units of 20 are excellent. Now, obviously, you can only double shoot one unit. Now, that could be a cause for concern. However, Iron Warriors Obliterators are incredible because of the rerolls that you can get, especially when you combine a Master of Possession in there as well. Now, this is where you can be quite smart because you know that you can only double shoot one unit, which means a Master of another Psyker could then cast +1 save on Tzeentch Obliterators. So you don't always have to go for, or you could have Nurgle Obliterators and use your sorcerers to go, right, that unit's got a Feel No Pain save. That unit's got a +1. And I'm not exactly, I think I've got that wrong, but I think it's Nurgle could be obviously -1 to hit. Slaanesh get the Feel No Pain. Tzeentch get the extra probably like one unit of a blitz that Slaanesh, and then obviously the 2 to 3 huge units of Noise Marines that are also Slaanesh. But again, James, test it, try it out, see if it works, get models down on the table. But you're going to need a counterpunch unit as well. That's really, really important so that you can actually have some sort of a line blocker or something like that. Okay. So, by the way, guys, I'm going to be wearing a hat a lot, okay, because I need a haircut, and I can't get out to get one. So, I normally get my haircut every 21 days, and yeah, I'm there now, and the hair's just getting too long, and my hair grows so quick, it's ridiculous. So, what have we got here? Liking the new video, Wrap and Trap, thank you very much. People laughing about having 2 thumbs. I'm a Chaos Space Marine player and I love the shenanigans that demons add, but is there any strategic argument to using the summon ability? Yeah, I mean, the summoning ability, same with Genestealer Cult, they can summon things as well. you are in control of what you bring to the table. It's like having a sidebar. So it's like, okay, this is the unit I need right now. That's the unit I'm going to take. Okay, so if you need, like more element of a horde army, great. You put more. If you're, playing like a board denial list, you put more on the table. It really takes that obscure list to that next level. If you need something to wrap and trap something, tie that unit up in combat, cool. Then maybe the horrors or not bloodletters would get the 3d 6-inch charge, but something like that to make their charge, wrap and trap, tag units could be the way forward. If you've got like elite units that you need to get rid of, or if you're going to get charged and you want something like the flamers, that might be a little bit better. That could be a good option. So it all depends on what you need, and that's why summoning is a really good tactical mechanic that not many people use very well, in my opinion. Can you start use toes? Yeah, I'm not. I hate feet. Yeah, don't like feet. So yeah, I'll be keeping my socks on. Don't worry, guys. So you think Thunderfins, they're too strong as they are. Thunderfire cannons, the fact that they hit everything on 2s pretty much and you're essentially getting, and bear in mind he comes with a flamer and a plasma pistol, so it's not just a regular tech marine, it's one that's tooled up to the 9s. Granted, you don't really use those that often, but when you compare the Thunderfire cannon to a unit of Devastators with heavy bolters, it's got the same amount of wounds. You've got 4 heavy bolt attack marines. You've got one model with 4 wounds. It's tougher. The armor saves better. It's literally got double the range. It hits on 2s rather than 3s. You can hide it because you don't need line of sight, and then you've got the ability to fire it twice. Tremor shells is just too good for 1 CP, so you can basically tremor shell 2 units. It is extremely good and extremely points efficient. So I think there needs to be an adjustment somewhere. I think you should only be able to suppress 1 unit, in my opinion, rather than 2. Yeah, obviously combining the shoot twice, because Marines don't really need stratagems. Most Marine armies spend all their CPs pre-game on buffs and abilities, not in-game. So any in-game ones you have, you just go, cool, 3 CPs, fire it twice, and I'm going to suppress a, tremor shell, and just keep your army locked down from moving. So it's just one to hit from other buffs and abilities, and they're hitting flyers on 2s. Like, how is a barrage weapon hitting flyers? I don't get it. So, and how can something shooting indirect hit better than something with line of sight? So I think some adjustments, even thematically, need changing, but who knows? Brian said the one you wrote on the first day actually showed up correctly on the video. Oh, okay, cool. I'll do that then. I'll just write out what day it is. Cool, with a piece of paper. I'll do that. Put your painted Seratus model count up to 10 in front of the camera. Yeah, well, that means I need to get painting then. I've actually just started, as soon as I get off this call, I need to do a podcast with Jack and Chris, but I've actually started painting Celestine, and I'm actually going to try a non-metallic gold technique. And it could go horribly wrong, but I think I'm going to sit and enjoy painting it. And even if I mess it up, I'll just get another one and paint it how I was going to paint it anyway. But yeah, so tonight I'm literally going to waste all evening messing up non-metallic painted Celestine. It's going to look like Vulcan can be useful to me as a close combat Chaos Space Marine player. I've not understood how to use it. I will do a video on Heroic Intervention. It is one of the most powerful abilities in the game, in my opinion, that is completely underused. And as a combat player, Heroic Intervention can literally give me such a nightmare. Literally, I'm in bed sweating, just having these awful nightmares about Heroic Intervention. No, seriously though, it's a good mechanic. So I'll do it on it. probably next week or something. I'll get some models out and then do something else that you guys can, practice with. And I've got loads of like videos like that on the mentorship program. Chris Rogers, thoughts on Ultramarine successor? No. Don't you do it, Chris. Don't you dare. Okay? You need Calgar, and you don't need Tiggy, but he's great for his points. You need Calgar. Calgar's too good not to add in. He's so good because you get 2 CPs for free, and he's already a chapter master. So therefore, it saves you 4 CPs. So good. Honestly, the Seal of Oath relic as well. Incredible. Cassius gets double litanies, so you don't have to pay that. So it means that you can use the Ultramarines properly and spend your CPs on, 2 CPs, redeploying 3 units and stuff. So you can go first, spend 2 CPs, redeploy. It's crazy good. So good. Anyway. Really great channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Will Deathwatch get big Space Marine boost? They deserve more than likely. Deathwatch are already good. Like, they don't need much help to be, top tier. A question. The Wrap and Trap video was neat, but I think using a unit without the fly keyword wouldn't have been better, since it ought to be the way harder to successfully Wrap and Trap. How do you do it? The Wrap and Trap video was neat, but I think using a unit without the fly keyword wouldn't have been better, since it ought to be the way harder to successfully Wrap and Trap. How do you do it? I'm not sure what you mean, but either way, it works pretty well. Yeah. It is just a bit easier if you've got the fly keyword, because you can jump over if they haven't left you a gap. So sometimes if a player's playing well, they'll close that gap so you can't pass through. Okay. We need to do that, actually. We need to get Vanguard Tactics hats. And I'm also working on Vanguard Tactics kit, objective markers, dice, measurers, display trays. I even want Vanguard Tactics army bags, the lot guys, okay? Or like at least custom ones. So it's all to come. And you guys, love to get you involved, repping Vanguard Tactics on the tabletop. And obviously, especially the guys on the course that are, playing for Team Vanguard Tactics now. And we've now got like 100 team players. So because all the students become on the team if they obviously want to do that. Toby's loving the mentorship so far. Good man. More Deathwatch questions. After watching your newest combat video, are bikes needed as part of a 10-man unit? Absolutely. But you have to take a bike. A bike, a Vanguard Vet, and a Terminator in every single squad. It's so good. So strong, especially teleporting. It just means that the Deathwatch are built to go second. You go second with that army, and your opponent has a nightmare playing against you, and you'll just outscore them. You should outscore them anyway on the hold more. So there's some incredible tricks. And actually today's live in my mentorship, one of the questions was about how do I run my Deathwatch? And I gave some really good answers in terms of how to actually utilize your squad mechanics, so you can essentially get the hold more every single turn by doing some of that stuff. Title is Guru. I don't know if I can be a guru. I don't think I can. I can't be a guru. No, I can't take that one. Okay, you need to come up with a better name for me, or this job role. Okay, come up with a better one. I don't like the word influencer either. It feels a bit weird saying that. So, yeah, come up with something a bit better than that, guys. Come on. Guru sounds too like, I'm a Warhammer guru. It just sounds too cringy. Even I can't pull that off, even with this stupid hat on. Question: what do you think about Chaos Land Raiders? I play mechanicized Death card, but when I think to use a Land Raider, everyone said that this is a waste of points. What is your opinion? You need to wait. We need to wait until what Death Guard get from Psychic Awakening, to be honest. It's too early to call it. It's too early. But at the moment, they're kind of right. Death Guard are in a hard place, though. They don't really have too many competitive tools, unfortunately. Let's see. How would you suit Blood Angels of Imperial Guard? I wouldn't. Okay. Never soup Blood Angels. Okay. Yeah, you just don't do it. Okay. Just don't do it. Stay pure Blood Angels. You know, just do it. Seriously, I just wouldn't bother. You just lose far too much. The days are over of just adding in a Smash Captain. The only exception I would think about doing it is in AdMech. That's the only exception. Or maybe in Deathwatch to add in a couple of like Smash characters that can just go in wreck face for cheapest chips points. Because Deathwatch and AdMechs need a little bit of a combat unit, I think. And Sangers are great for that. But now with Sisters AdMech could be a good combo. That's a really nice combo, actually. But anyway, what was I saying? Deathwatch, Blood Angels, that's a cheeky combo right there. But no. Just don't even do it. Just stay pure Blood Angels, all right? Yeah. I don't hold with things like that. You lose too much. Like that, turn 3, you just turn into just a savage beast. You need to keep it, okay? What weapons do you equip for your Sanguinary Guard? Again, I had this conversation yesterday with Andy from D6 Evolution, and I also sent Dan Bates, who is a friend of mine from Glasshammer Gaming, that was streaming his Blood Angel army, and he gave everyone axes, which is the wrong choice, okay? When you have a priest in the list, it's swords. Swords are the moneymaker, okay? They're cheaper and they're more efficient, in my opinion, because you're already strength 5, +1 to wound. You wound Marines on 2s. So I take 6 swords, 2 fists for every single unit that I take, okay? That's the combos. Yeah. I had axes in before I put a priest in, and now I put a priest in, swords all the way. One of my armies is Space Wolves. I know they're not very competitive, but anyway, so Space Wolves just got real good, like real competitive, like real good. Wolfen are incredible. Murderfang, incredible. Bjorn, incredible. Incursors, incredible. You know, so many good options. Chris Wilson in the chat is a fantastic Wolf player for Vanguard Tactics, and yeah, if you look back at like yesterday's or the day before's live, you'll see my free Space Wolves list that you can download. So just check out in the description. It's not in this one. It's probably in yesterday's or the day before, so check that out. Right, guys. Okay, so I'm going to have to leave that there, unfortunately, because I need to go and record this podcast because I've got Jack messaging me. And yeah, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. So someone's asked me speculations. I don't do tomorrow, and yeah, see you tomorrow, guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, have a good evening. Stay safe. Stay at home, and yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow at 6 o'clock again. And I need to think about how I'm gonna. I think I'll do the write down thing if that works. If not, we'll end up with a video back to front. But guys, if you like this video, make sure you give it a like. Please subscribe, and see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Stay safe. Take care.